that match. So I won that guy called Ochira. Then it was announced that we are going to Poland. That was my first time to represent Uganda. Then we went to Poland. Unfortunately, it was like a dream to me to switch from junior to the senior, and my first bout as a senior was to box against that guy called Ochira, and he was the Ugandan champion for a long time. So I went with the national team to Poland, but I was unlucky. The second day we had my first bout to box with the foreigner was a guy from Poland. I was not, as you know, when you're shocked, there's so many things and you are confused with other things which can make you get confused.
Yeah.
And I had to stop. My fight was stopped in the second round because of. Then I said no. Then we stayed there to the end of that tournament. It was called Steamy Stammer Boxing Championship, which had so many world champions and different guys from different countries, mostly Eastern Bloc. By then it was under the country which was under Russia. The Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, East German. It was for 1.5 weeks.
Okay.
So I didn't. I lost the first fight. Then I have to stay until the boxing get
finished.
So we go back home.
How did that make you feel?
I felt great because when I get used to that system immediately. After losing, then I had to go watching other guys. We had about 5 boxers from Uganda. The one was called I was saying. Second was Siria Kibe. The third was Nyamor. The fifth was John Munduga and Semuyanja. That was we 5 boxers.
So what lessons did you learn in that 1.5 weeks? Is there something?
I learned a lot because I could see how the Russians box. The way they are boxing was super. So I had to learn their style and some guys from different countries, like a country like East Germany, they are very good at boxing.
And at that time, like the equipment and the buildings that were in Uganda versus the ones that were in Poland, was there a difference?
Very much different, because their training places, their place for training was bigger and had a good equipment, and even they had a statue which was standing like a human being, shaking like this. That's a trick of. Then you have to punch that.
Machine.
It was like a robot.
Okay.
You can hit it. When you hit a target, that it means you learn a lot how to time the opponent. And you come closer, then you go closer, you wave, and then you hit it, and then that's a lot. There are so many different things. They are so much ahead compared to.
You said that was in
1979.
1979. And Kato, sorry, what's
Yeah.
Hussein?
Awesome.
So, Waswa, during that time when you've listened to his story, right?
Yeah.
What were you up to? What were you doing?
At that time, I came back home. I came back to Uganda because I was in Kenya. I decided to come back home. At that time, I was trying to just play football. I was in soccer, the side of soccer. I didn't have interest that time to box.
Okay.
Boxing, I came back in 1983. I decided to change to switch to boxing.
What football team was that you were playing with?
There's a team called Salumbe here in Kampala. It was for Naguru, young Salumbe. Then I went to KCCA, the KCC. I played for them when I'm still young, but I didn't go for international competition.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just playing just around Uganda here.
Okay. What did you like about football? What made you?
Because it was just I just like it.
Okay, so we're talking about football. Why?
Yeah, football, because that time I told you in Naguru quarters, when we were still staying in Naguru quarters, we had many sports. I like football. That time I liked very much football.
What did you like about the game? Did you like scoring? Did you like?
I was a good defender.
Okay.
I was a good defender. Yeah.
So you like defending?
Yeah, defending.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite thing about boxing?
My favorite thing in boxing, because I always go to watch boxing in Lugogo, and I knew how to box. Then I like the styles of the boxers who were boxing that time. Most of them, like the Beast Mugabe, people like Munduga. I like his style. Even my brother, that time he was boxing, I like his styles. I was favorite with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask, do you remember any footballers who you were with at that time when you're playing for young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Salumbe, I can remember some. He's called Yusuf. He's now in Congo.
Okay.
And we had late Gogo. He was also here, and my late brother was he's called Amiron. He's also he was a good footballer. I like him, and also my favorite was Philip Omondi and Tom Ruanga and Jimmy Kirunda. Those one I like them very much. Yeah, and my late brother also, he died in Karamoja in 1998 in accident.
Oh, sorry.
He was working with Monitor. He was a newspaper.
He was an editor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rashid Mudin.
So it was an accident on the road.
In the road. They had a water. You know, there is a water which crossed sometime when they just came, took them. And after,
like a flood?
Yeah, like flood, yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard of rain?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah, it happened.
They can tell us.
They were just crossing with the car.
Scary.
Both of them, they died. They were two drivers. Yeah.
Did he know how to swim?
He knew, but the problem was that the belt was on.
Yeah.
Putting on the belt. So I was trying to struggle, but
So they found the bodies in the car?
yeah, they found it.
Lord.
There are some reporters who were behind them, saw them, and then they came running after them. They came out of the car and then went and found them, pulled them from the water. They are already died because it was too late. Because our brother Muidin was trying to save his friend, because he had already moved out of the car, and the door came and knocked his head, and then he died immediately. And that guy also died. The co-driver.
Yeah.
The driver was that guy was the one driving, but Mudin was a co-driver.
Yeah.
So he was knocked with the door of the car. He collapsed and died down. And there was some Europeans who were in that safari rally came and helped them and pulled them when it was too late.
May they rest in peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Kato, what